All right, so let's talk about the electromagnetic force. And earlier, in one of our early lessons, we talked about the force of electrostatics, and it was going to be equal to a charge Q, and then when you put it into an electric field, this charge would experience the electric force. And then last time we talked about the force of magnetism. So the force of magnetism was when you took a charged particle and you put it into a magnetic field, but that charged particle had to be moving with the speed v. So this was called the electrostatic force, and then this one was the magnetic force. And then if you put the two together, then you have the electromagnetic force. So the electromagnetic force is partially caused by the electric field, and it's partially caused by the magnetic field. And the electromagnetic force is one of the four fundamental forces that controls the universe. So I think you're all familiar with gravity. So gravity is going to be the cosmic force. It's going to be the one that holds very, very large objects together. Okay, then we've got the electromagnetic force, which is the thing that's going to hold atoms together. The electrons are negative, the protons are positive, opposites attract to each other. So that's what's going to keep those electrons in their orbits around the nucleus. And then if you've got two atoms, then this force also holds the atoms together to make molecules. So the electromagnetic force is very important because otherwise you would be flying apart at this point. The electromagnetic force is what's holding your body together. And then later in this series of lessons, we will talk about the nuclear forces. So you have the strong nuclear force and you have the weak nuclear forces. And so we'll talk about those later. So for right now, just know what is the electromagnetic force and what is it responsible for. Now, you will not have any questions on your unit exam where you have to use that formula, but there could be one where you have to use the electric force, and then there might be another question where you have to use the magnetic force, but there's not going to be one where you have to use both of them at the same time. Okay? So let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how electricity and magnetism are related to each other.